Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Appreciate you coming out. It's a warm 91 degrees here in Southwest Florida. Working under a shade tree as always. That's my mode of operation. What we are looking at is um, the aftermath of 3-4-60. I paid $60 for them because Scrapper said they ran. This one did run and start, but it had a bent crankshaft. So I put a blade on it after I tried to straighten the crankshaft on that. I got it pretty close. There is a slight vibration. Put a recoil on this thing. I spent some time on it. I switched out the gas tank. Tank had some rat damage here at the beginning of some, but the real issue with the tank was I went to put a aftermarket cap on, and the plastic gears in here are loose. The cap was jumping up and down, so I went ahead and threw a second tank on it, one that was really rat damaged. I had AB compounded that one and spray painted it black. So that one's rectified. So like I said, I mess with that Murray quite a bit. That happens to be a 2014 Murray. So I'm going to sell it as is. Like I said, slight vibration in the engine, nothing that's crazy. Scrapper showed up and he said, "Oh, I got a handle for you." It went to one of the mowers I recently sold you. So that helped me. It's got the handle and the brake bar, but the cable on that one's broken. We looked at that in the initial video. It's double turd, as you can see on the deck. It's a 2005. Speaking of 2005, that's what this Ryobi is. It's quantum style engine. Scrapper said when he went to lift it onto the trailer, he put his hand back here and broke the tank. But you can see already here that this had started to fail, and you got all the stress cracks here on the side of the tank. So this thing was on its way out. What he did just amplified it. This thing has cracks all the way through the bottom of it here. If he hadn't have cracked it when I looked at it the first time, would be enough to make this thing crack. So I've been working on this 05 in between projects, other projects. Recoil came off. I degreased it, put a secondary tank on it. This secondary tank I AB compounded. What had happened is the tank split right here at the top between the tank itself and this ring. So I went ahead and goobered it up from the bottom with AB compound. And then up at the top here, I goobered it up. So it didn't affect the gas tank cavity at all. It was right here on the seam. So that's what that gooberization is right here. Spray painted the case with gloss black. 6 month, 8th day of 2005 on this Ryobi 22-inch. It's got some rust here, but not bad. It's kind of popping through. A little bit of surface rust under the paint. Greased up each wheel. Now it rolls a little freer. I really like these Ryobi colors. It makes them push faster. I don't know if you knew that. When they're this yellow color, they really move down the road and cut large volumes of grass, not gas. Went through the carburetor, a lot of water in the carb. I was able to clean it, and we got an empty tank here. I air blasted it all out. We got a nice clean tank to start with, so we're going to add some fuel to this piece of crap and see if it starts. So yeah, the carb was quite dirty, a lot of water and debris in the bowl. So that took me a little bit of time to mess with that. Like I said, I spray painted it when I had it all apart, so kept the original bulb on it. I didn't see any damage to that. Reused the air filter. Air filter looked fairly fresh. So I think this will be a good seller if it starts. Let's grab my petrol jug and put this thing to a test. So been noticing people are really interested in the cheaper economy mowers. I don't know if that's a sign of the economy in general. I don't know if you can put the two and two together, if you can base mower sales against how the economy's doing. But seem to be getting quite a bit of interest in the cheap mowers. Had a lady come out this week, said, oh, I just went to Lowe's. They wanted 400, and I think I sold her one for 125. So getting people that don't want to spend a lot of money. So that means I can fix more of my lower end machines and throw them out the door. And then occasionally you get somebody that wants to spend money for a newer machine, which is fine. Sold a pressure washer to a guy, nice guy. He was going to pressure wash his house with it. He said it'd be cheaper to buy a pressure washer than have a company do it. So things are moving along at Tommy time. I should probably remove that cover and see if this thing's priming. That's a good indication of whether it's going to start or not, because these quantum style priming units aren't the best. They push air into the carburetor and then it forces fuel up. I'm half blind, but I think we have fuel. Yeah, it's pushing fuel up. I put the tip of my screwdriver on the brass tube. We have a wet screwdriver now. So 1 and 1 is 3.5 at Tommy time. Let's pull on this yellow turd. So that was cool. Started with one pull. I was going to move you up here on the concrete to do that because I ended up blasting the other two units with a bunch of sand. Florida doesn't have dirt, it has sand. Everywhere you go, it's sandy soil. The farmers really got to fertilize what they have to get anything to grow. This was a sandbar at one point, so all you got is sand. We got Southwest Airlines coming into town. Everybody looks happy. They're going to go to the beach and be happy. So we got two out of the three turds running, two high wheelers here. Kind of happy this one turned out easy with a quick carb clean, rectified the broken tank. This is the unit that had the splice and diced crimping here on the safety brake. It's functioning as it should. The clip is way down here. It should be higher on the bar, but it's working. It's working as it should, so I'm not going to screw with it. I'm not going to take a working cable off and put another one on it. This will be a budget machine just because the deck is showing some surface rust, and it's just a standard old pusher. So the double turd here on the end, this 2005 Murray, same year as the Ryobi. This thing I may start today. Since he brought me the handle, that prevents a lot of aggravation. I'd have to climb through my junkyard, match up a top section on the handle and look for a brake bar that had the metal stop here. So that saves me snooping around. I just got to put some bolts on it. And I got cables in stock, so I'll remove this busted cable, straighten out the linkage. That should be horizontal. And I have a couple of the air filters I've saved, the air filter cases and the covers, so that's the only thing that's missing on this, and then the hold down screw that goes through the middle of the cover. Still got the throttle spring there, so otherwise looks like a complete unit. No cracks on the beauty cover here. Other than that, it's been well used and around the neighborhood a few times. I'm just going to turn it over to see what the blade looks like. Maybe we looked at this in the initial video, but I'm not sure. But we're going to look at it now. I think we did look for a bent blade. I'm going to eyeball a mark on the deck here and see if it passes by the same. Yeah, bent, the blades bent slightly. I remember this one now. And it leaked oil out the second time. I remember the first time tipping it over, it puked. So this thing's a puker. So the 3 for $60's coming along. We were able to salvage 2 out of the 3. I was skeptical in the beginning, but it worked out. I'll be able to get my money back with these 2 high wheelers. As always, come out to Tommy Time anytime you like. I appreciate you coming out. Please tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing an awesome job. Like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. Thanks to all my new subscribers. And all the old ones that keep coming back. I see I have a lot of repeaters. I appreciate that. You must be interested in this junk on 4 wheels. Otherwise, you'd keep moving down the road. So thanks again for stopping by. You have a great day today. I'll throw some more junk at you here in the near future.